Dun, 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 dun. Dun, mm, dun, 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 Let's talk about Grease 2. Is this really as bad as they say it is? Find out right now in this review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I humbly apologize. I was trying to do my best in doing Back to School again, the intro, so I apologize if I was a little off key and what have you. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1982 musical rom-com sequel, Grease 2, released by Paramount. Based on the 1971 musical of the same name by Jim Jacobs and Warren Casey, the film was produced by Alan Carr and Robert Stigwood, who actually produced this film's predecessor, which this film was originally to be titled More Grease. The film was directed and choreographed by Patricia Birch, who also choreographed the first film as well as the Broadway musical. Now, it takes place 2 years after the events of the original film, once again taking place at Rydell High, and it's set in the 1961 to 62 school year, with an almost entirely new cast, led by Maxwell, Caulfield, and Michelle Pfeiffer in her first starring role. Now, several of the grown-ups are actually back, including Didi Khan, who returns as Frenchie, plus Eve Arden as Principal McGee. This would actually be her final theatrical role, as a matter of fact. Sid Caesar as Coach Calhoun. Dolly Goodman as Principal McGee's secretary, Blanche. A. Deason as the nerdy Eugene. And Dennis E. Stewart, who plays Leo Balmudo, aka Crayerface, who was the gang leader of the Scorpions in the previous film, now leader of the Psycho Lords. Plus, we have Dick Patterson playing a different teacher, Mr. Spears, though in the first film he played Mr. Rudy, the guy who was trying to get everybody's names at the big dance. Anyway, also in the cast, we have Adrian Zmed as Johnny Nagarelli, Christopher McDonald, who this was way before he played Sheer McGavin, and Happy Gilmore plays Goose McKenzie, Pierre Freshed as Louis DiMucci, and Leaf Green as Davy Jaworski. Those are the T-Birds. The Pink Ladies are Laura Luft as Paulette Rebchuk, Maureen Teefy as Sharon Cooper, Alison Price as Rhonda Ritter, and while she's kind of a young one, Pamela Segal as Dolores Rebchuk, that's Paulette's sister. Also in the cast, we have Tab Hunter as Mr. Stewart and Connie Stevens as Miss Mason, plus a host of others. Too many to name and what have you, so let's just get this here over with, okay, people? Because I know this wasn't really well received. Some of the actors and, the co-creator, Jim Jacobs, who was not involved with this, was displeased with it. Anyway, here we go. 2 years after the original had ended, and the first day of school has arrived in 1961. We start with the alma mater from the original musical. Principal McGee and Secretary Blanche react in horror as the students, among them the new T-Birds and Pink Ladies, arrive at high school. And that's when we go to the song that I was trying to do, Back to School Again, which was done by the cast along with the Four Tops. The Pink Ladies are now led by Stephanie Zanoni, yes, that's Michelle Pfeiffer's character, who feels she has outgrown her relationship with her ex-boyfriend Johnny Nagarelli, the arrogant and rather immature new leader of the T-Birds. A new arrival comes in the form of clean-cut English student Michael Carrington. Of course, that's Maxwell Caulfield, who and his character Michael is a cousin of Sandy that you may remember Olivia Newton-John from the first film. He is welcomed and introduced to the school atmosphere by Frenchie, who was asked by Sandy to help show Michael around. And Frenchie reveals she has returned to Rydell to get her high school diploma so she can start her own cosmetics company. Michael eventually meets Stephanie and quickly becomes smitten with her. Yeah, a little surprised, but has a little bit of some problems in Miami. But anyway, then we go to the bowling alley and the game. Well, turned out pretty good as we go into as we hear a score tonight. It turns sour due to the animosity between Johnny and Stephanie. Stephanie retaliates by kissing the next man, walks in the door. Oh, we thought it was an old man, but it wasn't. It happened to be, you guessed it, Michael. Bemused by this, Michael has fallen in love with Stephanie, so asks her out, but he learns that she has a very specific vision of her ideal man later on in the movie. That's when we go to Cool Rider. Which ain't too bad of a song. I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable with the music in this movie either. Which I'm understanding, okay? Well, after realizing that he will only win her affections if he turns himself into a cool rider, Michael accepts payments from the T-Birds to write term papers for them, and he uses the cash to buy a motorcycle. And soon later on, following an unusual biology lesson, which leads into reproduction, which is one of the more weaker songs of this. It's sort of catchy, but not really the best. Given by Mr. Stewart, a substitute teacher, a gang of rival motorcyclists called the Cycle Lords, most of whom are members of the defunct Scorpions, led by Leo Balmudo, surprise the T-Birds at the bowling alley. Before the fight starts, a lone mysterious unnamed biker appears, who I'm gonna not tell you, I'm just gonna wait until I get to the ending, one of you, defeats the enemy gang and disappears in the night. And that's when we go into Who's That Guy, which that's a good song. And Stephanie is fascinated with the stranger. Meanwhile, Lewis, one of the T-Birds, attempts to trick his sweetheart Sharon, one of the Pink Ladies, and Stephanie's friends, into losing her virginity to him by taking her to a fallout shelter and faking a nuclear attack. When we go into the song, Let's Do It For Our Country, which, well, it's probably the second weakest song, okay? No offense. The next evening, while working at a gas station or garage, well, it's a combination of both. Stephanie is surprised again by the cool rider, and they enjoy a romantic twilight motorcycle ride, which includes a kiss. Just as Michael's about to reveal his identity, yeah, okay, sorry, you caught me. Michael's the actual guy. My bad. Slight spoiler, but the rest you'll have to be ready for, okay? Yeah, I went on the sequel. My bad. Anyway, they are interrupted by the arrivals of both the T-Birds and Pink Ladies. Before Michael leaves, he tells Stephanie that he will see her at the school talent show in which they are both performing, the Pink Ladies and T-Birds. Johnny, enraged by this, threatens to fight the cool rider if he sees him with her again. But the Pink Ladies walk away haughtily. But this has little effect on the T-Bird self-confidence as we go into Prowlin', which is a good song, as a matter of fact. That's a real good song. At school, Stephanie's poor grades in English lead her to accept Michael's offer of help. Johnny, upon seeing them together in a discussion, demands that Stephanie quit the Pink Ladies to preserve his honor, or his which is reputation for short. Although still enchanted by the mysterious coal rider, interactions with Michael reveal that she has become romantically interested in him as well. Michael ponders over the continuing charade he puts on for her as we go into Charades, which is a pretty good song. But anyway, now I'm going to get to the last act and ending. You know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid any spoilers. If you've seen the movie, continue on with the review after the 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Well, at the talent show, Stephanie and the Cool Rider meet up, but you guessed it, they are abruptly ambushed by the T-Birds who pursue Michael on their respective motorcycles. And the Pinklays fall in a car and they chase up to a construction site which conceals a deadly drop, and the biker's absence suggests that he has perished below, leaving Stephanie in tears, heartbroken and inconsolable. Joining as T-Birds remove the competing prep tones, preppy boys, by tying them into a sharp pole in the boys' locker room and drenching them. Yeah, as they go into singing prowling. Well, then soon, the girls get ready upon the big one in the talent show, and that's when we go to probably, well, I think it's probably the best song, my favorite song, and that's "Girl for All Seasons." Love that song. It's so good. It kind of gets when we kind of get to your time, the last bit, but don't worry, I actually heard the song in its entirety without the talking. I don't have the soundtrack like the first one. Now where was I? During the Pink Lace performance, Stephanie enters a dreamlike fantasy world where she is reunited with her mysterious biker. And that's when we go to another pretty decent song, which is Love Will Turn Back the Hands of Time. Well, she is unexpectedly named the winner of the contest and crowned the queen of the upcoming graduation luau, while Johnny hailed as king for his performance of Prowling with his fellow T-Birds. Well, the school year ends with the luau as we go to the Rockahula Luau. That's probably much of a mouthful. During which the Cycle Lords appear and begin to destroy the celebration. However, the Cool Rider reappears. And, well, he manages to do a good job as he jumps over the pull on a cycle, but the Cycle Lords, they bomb. After he defeats the Cycle Lords again, he reveals himself to be Michael. Initially shocked, Johnny gives him a T-Bird's jacket, officially welcoming him into the gang. And Stephanie is delighted that she can now be with him. Michael and Stephanie share a very passionate kiss, and he whispers that he loves her. All the couples pair off happily at the seniors' graduation as the graduation class sings "We'll Be Together," which isn't quite like "We Go Together" like the first movie. And soon the credits start rolling, yearbook style as in the original film, with an encore of Back to School again. End of story, friends. So, what are my thoughts on Grease 2? Well, from my point of view, the film may not be as good as the first one, which that's understandable. This is sort of a guilty pleasure of mine, which I do have a video cassette of it after I watched the first movie. But I just didn't. I had some mixed thoughts of it. Grease 2 is sort of a mixed bag for me. Well, I do like Maxwell Caulfield. He's not too bad, it's Michael. And let's see. And, well, I have to admit, Michelle Pfeiffer as Stephanie, very good actually. Now, actually, I have learned that there were some other people who were up for that role, including Lisa Hartman, who, of course, this was still long before, I'm pretty sure a few years before she married a certain Clint Black, Chrissy McNichol, Andrea McGarrell, I don't remember those two, and even Pat Benatar was up for the role of Stephanie. Yeah. Well, Pfeiffer was a wild card choice, but according to Miss Birch, the director, she won the part because she has a quirky quality you don't expect. I agree, actually. Now, I have to agree, the T-Birds and Pink Lace performances were hit or miss. 50-50. They're not too bad. I do like some of them, actually. But everyone else was was factually okay. Tab Hunter was okay. Connie Stevens as Miss Mason, not bad. Dee Dee Conback as Frenchie was reasonable. All the other reprising roles from the first movie were good in some ways, not a whole lot. Anyway, well, the film may not have been as well received as its predecessor, as the film only went on to make 15 million, unfortunately. But anyway, the soundtrack's okay too. Like I said, the only songs that are among that I really do like include that I think are probably the best. I like Who's That Guy and let's see, Prowlin', Charades. Well, and of course I do like Love Will Turn Back the Hands of Time and of course Girl for All Seasons. Those are just my favorites, but the rest are mostly hit or miss. But anyway, Patricia Birch's direction was okay. The choreography was oh 50-50. It's hit or miss as well. But that's about it. All I can tell you. So now the question is, would I recommend Grease 2? Well, not exactly. I'd say if you're really this is hard to explain. If you're if you were impressed with with Grease and you've not seen this, give this just one view, okay? And if you're not satisfied, then I can't say I didn't try. And after your one view, if you don't like it, well then just say screw it. This is nowhere as good as the original. Okay? Enough said. Alright, what are your thoughts on Grease 2? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Which, if you haven't heard, I'm now past 300 subscribers. Very impressive. If you've not seen my video for that I just did. But anyway, thanks for watching. Join me again next time when I tackle another one of the most underrated 80s sitcoms out there, which was also a bit of a disappointment to a lot of people, Out of This World. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other fun-filled musical vids and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the original one, Grease itself. If you just want some more fun and what have you with some musicals, check out my playlist of High School Musical in the upper right-hand corner, or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see something better than the music in Grease 2 that you'll like. My reaction video to the Carpenters and their music, which again has already gone over 200 views. Again, that's pretty impressive. Or go to the bottom right hand corner and click the button to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.